We don't think that we're any smarter than anybody else. We certainly want everyone to understand how to use the equipment by simply looking at it, not having to read a 50 to 100 page owner's manual, not having to go online to know why there's an electronic omnibus that doesn't work. In the middle of the confusion of breaking down, the lack of repetition to fix, we just want things to go smoothly. We want things to go smoothly for you as well as for us in our operation. And one of the things that we really looked at and concentrated on when we first got to do drag hose equipment is that we were looking at the time we spent right around the cuff of the hose on the couplers, and why we were cutting the hose on the inside, and why we were blowing hoses or had small pinholes in the hoses, why we were shut down, and why we were having to go back and repair them right after we started up. We just couldn't understand why we wanted to do that. We couldn't understand why we wanted to accept something that, because we were very tired, we didn't use it correctly, caused us inherent damage. And so we set forth trying to build some equipment that is probably not exactly perfect, but it really works pretty well. And we've eliminated, in our opinion, probably 80 to 90% of those things that cause those little things to go wrong. Like I said, you know, if we had 30 hours a week and we had all year to do it, we could do things perfectly, and things wouldn't have to be real simple and real well designed to make it to accomplish our goal. So what we've done with the hose cart, for example, is one of our first pieces that we actually set upon to try to improve. We wanted to do away with the vertical sides of the spool. We wanted them tapered. And the reason we wanted them tapered is because when the hose cart rolls back and forth, because we don't want to use a level wind, we don't want to use a group of rollers to pull the coupler through, that does damage to the hose on those couplers. You know, we get a little bit hasty in the way we pick them up, and you know, we're probably in that 60 to 80, 100 hour a week, and you know, we get tired, and we don't look at all those little things that can help make us successful. We're just trying to get the work done, and we needed to eliminate the opportunities for ourselves to fail at doing this. And so we built the hose cart so that you didn't have to get out of the cab, you didn't have to be worried about those coupler ends getting bruised all the time or damaged. Of course, you can do that with this hose cart, especially on the top arch guard. And when you're looking at the last piece of hose coming up onto the arch guard, the damage is absolutely minimized, even if you're tired, because we really don't have any tension on it. Whereas if you're pulling 4 or 5 pieces of hose through a level wind, you know, that impact of that coupler going through those level winds will usually cut that hose right on the tip. And conversely, when you pull it back off of the hose cart, if you pull it through the level wind, you can do that same damage. There's sharp edges around a lot of the hose carts that we were using. We tried to eliminate all the sharp edges. We really wanted to incorporate the smooth side of the dome and complement the hose not being snapped down alongside the interior wall. And we wanted an arch guard over the top so as not to drag the hose over the outside of the dome. And so our arch guard basically keeps it in play. Is it impossible to do it? No. If you have frozen hose and you back up at the wrong moment and the hose card is full and you're not paying attention, of course you can still slip the hose over the outside edge. That's very rare, and it's very unusual. But I've done it, and some of the other guys have done it as well. But it's very rare. And so what we've given ourselves is an opportunity to succeed more times than not in using equipment that's actually designed for the applicator and designed to be able to work long hours and not do damage to the hose. Because when we fire back up, we don't want to go out and fix hose. We want to pump. We got to keep liquid in the hose so we can shorten those weeks, and so we can become more productive. We can make a few more dollars per hour. We can be more competitive. We can actually pay ourselves maybe a little bit more money. And I wanted something that would actually last a long, long time. And we tried it